And welcome back to the show. It's been described as a landmark deal. Warner Music has signed an agreement allowing YouTube to legally use its material on the video sharing website. Advertising revenue is determined by a royalty tracking system that detects when Warner's videos are actually used. Joining us now to discuss the entire deal and what it actually means for the media industry is Steve McCauley. He's a partner at Birchester, and Daryl Collis. He's a director at Seesaw Media. Steve, first of all, to you. So why is it a landmark deal? Why is it so important, and why could it actually soften their stance, or just, hop on the boat and say, okay, fine, we can't really fight them, so why not A, join them, and B, make money?
I think, yeah, that's a strong possibility that's going to happen. I think with Universal, yes, as they were talking about suing, because the main problem is obviously they've got a lot of artists out there, a lot of their music's being used, and they're not benefiting from it. So I think they are going to, I think they're obviously going to soften their stance. I mean, Steve was saying other music companies have jumped on board. Capitol Records has recently launched 3 bands videos on there, which are now in the charts directly as a result of YouTube. So I think someone like Universal are going to get on board. They're obviously a big gun, say, look, don't use our music for free. And I think they're just going to work at ways of finding out how they can structure a deal so it benefits them as well.
See, I mean, it sounds very, very boring, but at the end of the day, Steve was just saying, artists need to be protected. They're doing, they are artists. They're creating something totally new, and that element, however it's then used by anybody else, if it is not, attributed to that person or paid for, is a big problem. Yeah,
no, definitely. And as Steve said, people are going to be getting out of the contracts and working out how it goes. I mean, this all goes down to the whole big thing about content, and literally music companies and film companies are all looking to get their content out there and to explain, to show people, where the product is. And if their audience is sitting in front of a computer screen watching YouTube, which is what, 100 million viewers a day, 100 million videos a day are viewed by this. This is the way to go.
I think that's incredibly important. What's happening here is, especially young people, especially young men, are deserting broadcast television, and they're going somewhere else, and they're going to places like YouTube. So actually the music companies and the video companies and the TV companies have to be there.
Yes.
The bottom line is they need to be there. They need to work out business mechanisms where they can be there legally.
How come? It's just like a phenomenon. This company was created 19 months ago from nothing, and now everybody, such a viewership anybody would dream of in this world. How come they are so popular? What did they actually touch? What sort of need did they touch in the consumer, in the people that watch?
Well, I just think with the internet, there's lots of things. The internet is a worldwide phenomenon, as we know, and with something like YouTube, it just gives people a forum, a space to talk about and to show things and to showcase, which has never been there before. And it's just, it's taken off in such a way that it's really touched the hearts and the minds of its core audience, which is, we're probably looking at 14 to 22-year-olds.
So is that the interactivity that traditional TV is always talking about, but you just can't, you can get
services is they allow people to connect with other people. In a way that they have control of that. And it also allows young people especially to express their creativity. And they can take rights from all over the place. They might make something completely of their own, or they might take somebody's art or video or clips, and the term is mashing. They mash it together and they make something new. Now, as a major rights owner, you can either try to stop that and sue, or you can harness the power of it and see where the business takes you. And I think increasingly that's what we're going to see people trying to do.
So that kind of business goes ahead, but what does that actually mean, do you think, for traditional media, the normal TV channels?
I mean, they're always going to be there because you have a core audience who are going to watch, but it all goes down to the content. The whole thing about this is all about content and people watching, where is the viewer going to be sitting in 10 years time. And at the moment with things like MySpace and YouTube, it's literally a lot of it's in front of the computer now, and advertising is getting cut. So when Warners have done this deal with YouTube, what they're doing is they're looking to generate revenue through advertising. So there's still going to be advertising, but it's going to be on, maybe we're moving away from TV. Maybe let's put advertising. They're going to start looking at putting their media spend in things like YouTube, backing up their videos. Every time you play a music video beforehand, you'll have an ad, and that's where revenue is going to be generated. And that's where I think media has to diversify and fragment as the audience is.
Great stuff. Thanks very much indeed for this very exciting interview and the insight as well in that particular industry, I have to say. Thanks to Steve McCauley, his partner at Birchester, and also Daryl Collis joined us. He is director at Seesaw Media. Well, that was it for another edition.